This is your host, LA from LA Show. And of course, we're going to get into topics in the black community. Plus, we're going to have black talent and business promotions. So please like, share, and comment your thoughts. Also, subscribe to the channel for more stories in our community. Thanks.
It's Lexi.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to LA Show. I want to say thank you guys for the new subscribers. Keep them coming. Thank you guys for liking the videos and commenting your opinions. I really do appreciate it, and I want to see more. I want to interact with you all. Also, if you have heard of any cases in your area that you feel as though need light shed upon them, by all means, holla at me. But tonight we're going to do a couple of cases, and the first case will be for Malia Davis. That will be an update. This is for the 4-year-old who went missing out of Houston, Texas. The suspect in the case is now her stepfather, Darian Vince, who made up this elaborate story that she was allegedly kidnapped from him when he was riding on a highway in the Sugarland area. But there has been conflicting stories in that narrative that he gave. So now that is totally wiped out, and he is now arrested for evidence tampering in the case. He was held for $1 million bond, but now it's been dropped to $45,000. Now the evidence tampering comes from blood being found in the apartment, and that was found in the bathroom area, and body decomposition found in the trunk of his car, where we all did see a video of him carrying out a clothes hamper with a trash bag stuffed inside of it, and allegedly we didn't see Malia anymore after that. So let's get into a little bit of things that haven't really been touched on, which is Brittany Bowens and the biological father, Craig Davis. Well, allegedly they were together back in August of 2018, because that is how the situation happened with Malia's head injury that resulted in her being swollen, like in those pictures we saw. And allegedly the mom and the father were together, the biological father, Craig Davis. So we do need to question that. Was this baby, being hurt this whole time? What was going on in this situation? That's something we really do need to be thinking about. In that CPS case, there are a lot of details that are being spewed out about the night in question when Malia showed up at the hospital back in 2018 with that head injury. Apparently, the doctors weren't fully able to say that this came from abuse, and that is why the mother, Brittany Bowens, not the father, the mother, Brittany Bowens, was given back custody in that CPS case. So, and that was done back in February of this year. So it looks like Malia couldn't be left alone in the hospital with the parents, Brittany or Craig, during the time that she stayed in the hospital. She underwent physical, occupational, and speech therapy. I just couldn't imagine how high that table had to be for her to hit her head the way that she hit her head, or what kind of cement floors you all had that would make that child's head split open like that. We can go into detail about the medical issues that Malia faced, but I want you guys to, I'm sure you guys already know that she had a open part of her skull So whatever happened to that poor baby, this is not something, this disappearance, it doesn't really surprise me in this situation, because look how neglectful these people were with this child. So EquiSearch, they are now searching Sugar Land and an area called Rosharon, where there is an abandoned haunted house. And allegedly, this is on an old mail route for Vince Darian, the stepdad. He used to work as a mail carrier. And he allegedly went past this area frequently. So that is why EquiSearch has now went in and started to search there. Let's just pray that Malia is found, hopefully safely. But by the sounds of it, it does not sound good. And I do, want to keep everybody aware of what we're talking about here. Child abuse is something that is covered up a lot in the community. These children are malnourished, they are beaten, they are scared, they have nobody to reach out to, they have trust issues, behavioral issues, and all of the above. And it's a never-ending spiral of negativity for a child. So then we have to think about what we're raising and what we're putting out here into the community, which are hurt, neglected people. And this is why the world is getting worse and worse. And imagine those little younger children, or however old Brittany's other children were. Imagine those children having to watch Malia getting abused, or even if they were getting abused themselves. We don't know about the accusations against those children because everybody got moved out of the house when that situation occurred. But I watched the video where Brittany Bowens was maneuvering through the courthouse for Darian Vince's, I guess, bond hearing. And just hearing those people yell for Malia and say her name and have more feeling and empathy in their hearts than Brittany did really, really, really bothered me. So my eyes on Brittany, because you're the mom, you're the main person responsible for nurturing your child, for making sure she's safe. I don't care about these dudes. Yeah, a father is a father is a father, but at the end of the day, you're the mom. You carried that child for 9 months. You birthed that child. So the least thing you can do is try to protect it at all costs. And that's what I'm going to give a message to other women in the community who do not seem to understand that you can't trust everybody. And everybody isn't supposed to be around your child. It's okay to date. Go ahead, by all means, date all you want to, but every man does not have to meet your children, and vice versa. I mean, that's all I have to say about this. Hopefully, like I said, Malia is found safely, and if not, let it be done, and let us, send her off in the most respectful, beautiful way possible. Another crazy story. This one is coming out of Richmond, Virginia. And this one is for Nariah Ivy Brown. She's a 17-month-old who was raped to death. Did you hear me? A 17-month-old, not even 2 years old, was raped to death. Now, Nariah was born a premature child. She stayed in the hospital for 3 months before she was released and able to grow and thrive. All to be killed in a very, 14-month time period. She didn't even get to blink on this earth. before she was snuffed out by some sick
a person of interest in this case.
That Asia Brown, Naraya's mother, thought it would be smart to leave her with. So allegedly, Asia Brown, the mother, left her daughter with a person at a Southside hotel. And then at that point, I assumed that Asia Brown came to pick the child up. And at that point, they realized that the baby was not moving or breathing. She attempted to do CPR. They got her to Chippenham Hospital, where they then transferred the baby to VCU critical unit. The person of interest is a male friend of Asia Brown. He is unknown at this time. He was arrested by the U.S. Marshal, I think a day later or two. There is a GoFundMe set up for $3,500 for proceeds towards this baby's funeral. I have heard people question that, just being that she's a grown woman, she doesn't have $3,500 to bury her kids. A lot of women in the hood don't have $3,500 to bury their children. No. So I do support you supporting this for the baby to be put away in the most beautiful way possible. Like I said, we have to be respectful in these situations, and I'm trying to be respectful. I really, really am, but I'm really tired of telling these stories, man. These women are not using proper discernment around the most precious gift that they could possibly have, which is a child. That's crazy. And I know they probably aren't going to release this information because of the severity of it and the fact that she was so young. But I wonder what the autopsy has to say. I mean, I wonder what this sick person had to do in order to kill this baby. That is crazy. That is crazy. So, I got to move on because I'm on a time crunch and I need to rest my mind because this is just crazy. So, we've all seen Pamela Turner. She was the 44-year-old woman out of Baytown, Texas. She was executed right in front of us. And she's the mother of 2 children. She has 3 grandkids. It's said that she's known in the apartment complex. She's known for having a mental health issue, schizophrenia. And it is also reported that the cop is a Latino male and that he lives somewhere in the area. And he also knows Pamela from encountering her prior to. He claimed that he stopped her because of warrants for criminal mischief and assault resulting in bodily injury, which are 2 misdemeanors. He claimed that she allegedly grabbed his taser, which in the video I didn't see, but if you guys saw that, cool. But she was already on the ground, and that's one thing that I can honestly say. If this is a male officer, he should have been able to subdue this woman who was already on the ground. There are speculations that Pamela was not really pregnant, but either way it goes, for you to be a woman and say, I'm pregnant, and an officer still gun you down, that's kind of crazy considering the abortion laws we have set up here. I mean, you didn't only take Pamela's life, but in essence, if she was pregnant, you took a fetus's life as well. I just think that's sickening. So the police, instead of asking why this 11-year veteran shot this pregnant woman or mental health having woman 5 times, they are looking for the person that shot the viral Snapchat video. You want to know why they're looking for that person? So they can smash their phone into the ground. Um, I don't know about this, but I do know that we've seen a lot of stuff in the black community that we have really, turned trendy and then fell off of it. Like with Sandra Bland or Corinne Gaines, or, the list goes on and on and on of these women being shot down and gunned down. Like the woman that just was murdered in Miami in her Beamer. She was in the car and the police officer walked around her car, and then he claimed that she was trying to hit him with the car. However, she was going like 2 miles per hour, and then he just shot into her car. I forgot her name. I think it's Latanya. Something. But, say their names. Pamela Turner, say her name, because this is what we have to face being black people in America. And, I don't know who we are telling this stuff to, because I don't think the black community is listening. So I don't know if we're talking to our international brothers and sisters. I don't know. Are we talking to the government? Who are we talking to? Because nobody seems to be grasping these epidemics and really trying to understand and trying to put a stop to this. I don't understand this. And now we have this person in the White House who's fueling a lot of the race wars. So now it's a no-hold bar. Really scary. If you are black and you are doing anything that, would cause the police to come around you, just please know how to act, know how to respond, remain calm, especially if you're innocent of anything, and just give them your information and go on about your life. Because this is what it's come down to. It's life or death. The Rodney King situation years ago, that was just a tap on the window. Now they coming through the door, and they're not playing no more. So brothers and sisters, please be safe. On another note of being safe, it seems like, whether we're rich or poor, we're going to be gunned down if we're poor by the police and our brothers and sisters in these gangs, or we're going to get gunned down while we're rich. And, and we escaped the hood and we thought we leveled up and made it. But these rappers can say that they are still being targeted. Offset, last week, he was at a recording studio in Atlanta, got shot up in a drive-by. TMZ showed the incident. I don't know how they keep getting all this stuff, but yeah, they do their job. One person injured, and Offset allegedly left before the police got to the incident, because of course we know he has 3 federal gun charges right now, and he's also facing that charge where he allegedly smacked the boy's phone out of his hand, so he had to go. But allegedly he was there for that incident, and he had left out the door right before the shooting had took place. Also, NBA YoungBoy at Rolling Loud in Miami. Now, that was a crazy situation. It's alleged that his girlfriend was injured, and we don't know, we haven't heard about her yet, but we did see a video circulating of him trying to apply pressure to her wounds, which is really, really sad. I know she was scared to death. And then there was one person reportedly dead. Now, I had got reports that the person that was dead was a part of the, oppositions, or the person that came at them, the threat. But it's reported that the person that was dead was an innocent bystander. So that's really scary. And, okay, I have more. YFN Lucci was shot at. He wasn't shot at, but his car, Mercedes SUV, was shot at in Atlanta on Friday night. So last week, one person was injured. He was found on the scene with the car, injured, and nobody really knows the story about this guy. So we'll have to hear about that when we hear about that. but that car was registered to YFN Lucci's mother. So another one, Yo Gotti. Now he's a pretty big guy in the industry, so I'm really surprised to hear that he got targeted. But these people, these bullets have no names. These people have no respect. And this is what the world is coming to, apparently. So Yo Gotti's tour bus was shot up in Nashville, Tennessee, which is, you know, pretty much where he's from. And what I have to say to all this is that we really have to be careful because there's threats within our family, as we heard about Malia Davis and Nariah Brown. There's threats around people who we call a friend, which is the case of Nariah Brown. There's threats within the government and the police, which we see in Pamela Turner's case. And now we see rappers being targeted. So that means that even if we elevate ourselves to that level where we think that we can't be touched, there's always a chance that we can be touched. So we have to think about these things and think about these cases. And I want to hear what you all have to think. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I know this is kind of rushed, but like I said, you know, these cases are crazy and they take a toll on me. But thank you guys so much for subscribing, commenting, and liking the videos. And if you don't mind following me on Instagram and Twitter at LA_show_. Facebook is Young LA. Go like that page. And also, I have a new business venture with Fidel Cashflow VA, where he has started up his own website, www.fidelcashflowva.com. So please go to that website and you can get up-to-date news stories on everything. And he's also a gamer, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you know, hit him up. He's available everywhere. Also, Fidel Cashflow VA, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You can't miss him. But like I said, thank you guys so much, and y'all have a good night.